Down there, rolled up for you, baby. Body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Body crazy, curvy, big tits, little waist, baby. You have to beat now. Why is that song stuck in my head? Out of my head. Out of my head. Oh no, I turned my phone screen off. Hello, Rogue. How are you? Oh, and we have a Joe.
Hello.
Oh, it's doing the thing as it has been the last week or so I can't understand you for the first minute or so. You can entertain the crowd of just Rogue at the moment.
Hey, Rogue.
It makes me sad because I do know for certain now it's StreamYard's end, because I can literally watch us in real time on a different device using the same internet, and it's through YouTube, no problem. It's StreamYard's apparently just not liking me.
StreamYard H. James.
See, it's working fine now. You just fix it. Literally, it's so strange. There's no like thing that makes sense for it to swap. It just starts working fine. Strange. And my hair looking cray at the moment.
Yeah, you got big hair.
I don't know what's going on. It's just fluffy. It get fluffy when they get long. Look, you look at all the regrowth. I have so much rootage. Soon I'll have to re-bleach it, Joe. I don't know. My hair cray. But I'm gonna go with makeup. You're welcome for that explanation. You probably were just like, what the fuck?
I actually totally understood, man.
Or more so, not the explanation itself, but rather the delivery was like, what the fuck? But I have a specific thing I want to use in mind, and you can probably already guess what it is that I want to play with. Because I got this thing alongside my Mitchell stuff, and I've been saying I've wanted to play with it for the last couple of times I've done lives, but I just haven't done makeup. So I'm going to do this one, the Makeup Revolution Red Alert palette, which has some fun neutrals with a bit of colour. I'm definitely gravitated towards like these pinks. There's a unique brownish grey in here too. Like,
yeah,
I haven't seen Makeup Revolution make those type of weird tones in that type of palette before. I also just realised I don't have a mirror.
Oh no.
Give me a minute. I can grab this one. My arms are just long enough to grab it. After my mum gave me this, oh my god, I've been using this every time I do makeup now. It's such a good little hand mirror. It's even better than my other one I bought, because this one has got the extreme zoom and then the normal zoom. I should bedazzle this. Make it glittery. And you're like, yes. Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's a bad idea. And it's not like me putting gemstones or whatever on the outside black packaging is going to affect the mirror's performance. So, I think I'll do this eye so I can at least like look at the stone still. All of these hairs growing back in because I didn't pluck yesterday. I literally hate how quick my brow hairs grow back in.
I'm sorry.
Like, obviously, it's a petty thing to, but like, facial hair, yeah, whatever. That takes like a day or two. But like, my brow hair grows quicker than my facial hair, Joe. Like, my brow hairs, like, to the point that they are, if you don't count the actual length of them, I've got a full brow already. Like, they're all just very short, but my brow hairs grow back very quickly. And I mean, yes, I shouldn't complain too much because some people aren't lucky to have their brow hairs regrow at all when they pluck them. So obviously it's a very first world problem to complain about, but oh my God, considering I want to have no brow hairs, I would happily send the brow follicles to someone who wants them because I don't. I don't know how well you'll be able to see them when I get this close, but like, there's so many brow hairs.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I see them when you do that.
It's the most manly I look. Look at the hair. Oh, look at the hair. Oh. See, like, and that's the thing though. You can see the difference in like how this facial hair grows compares to my upper lip hair. Like, this is very like dense, and that's why this is only really the hair that I care to have laser hair removal for. Like, this I can deal with. This is bullshit. Especially considering I literally don't wear it or grow it out often because I just don't like the feel of it because it actually irritates my skin. But two, I just do not like those types of facial hair like that on me. I'm going to go in with this purple up here.
Papa.
It actually picks up quite nicely on the brush. Wait, what? You're seeing that, right? Like, what the fuck? Makeup Revolution finally stepping up their game with their pigmentation.
Some of the palettes are amazing.
Best part is, Joe, I even checked no carmine in this one, so this one's vegan too.
Oh, wow.
Because you know me, I check all that shit. I can't help it. And I kid you not, I love using the Pat McGrath palette. And it sounds so stupid, but it is literally like an intrusive thought in the back of my head, just constantly going, carmine's on your face, carmine's on your face. It just doesn't stop. Even though it's so pretty, it's annoying. Make me sad, Joe. I just want all the pretties. Because for those few, aka all three of you that are watching right now, carmine is a pigment that is commonly used in makeup. It is also in some food items too. It is derived from beetles, and the whole process technically does make it safe for use on the eyes and consumption. But my brain just, when I think of it in food, it's not too bad because, you know, it's being digested, it's going through your system, it's not there for long. But when it is in makeup and it's sitting in a pan for like a year, 2 years, 3 years, when it's like in eyeshadow, my brain just cannot differentiate it between just eyeshadow and it's just being a square of meat. And in my mind, it's just sitting there rotting. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. So, like, it almost is like a visual, like, I don't see it as raw meat, obviously, because that's just dramatic. But it's like my brain almost is like, oh my God, that's just raw meat that you're putting on your face, just in a powder form. If that makes sense.
Yes.
And all I can just imagine is that there's just all of these little gross microorganisms from the rotting meat on my eyeball, and I'm like,
Hey, Ashley.
and it sounds very silly, but you sometimes can't help what the brain wants to associate things with. And apparently my brain's decided that carmine is rotting meat when it's in makeup. And I mean, we are also talking about the same brain that makes me want to involuntary vomit whenever Shelley and Tish talk about hot sauce on watermelon. Like, I kid you not, I almost have to prepare myself to talk about it, to not, like, want to gag. It is so sad, but...
Hey, E.T.
Oh, no. Hey, E.T. Were you here last time we had E.T. introduce themselves?
I saw him in Shelley's Love, but I wasn't there for the introduction.
Yeah, they were in the live. They... Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure they manage a caravan park or a trailer, like caravan trailer park or something like that, which I'm like, that's pretty cool.
It's been okay, Ashley. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's... I know it has been a bit strange, but you get me and you get Shirley and you were over at Brad's.
Yes.
But I shouldn't forget. I feel bad when I just say Brad. It's Brad and Tiffany's. Like, I shouldn't forget Tiffany as well. Like, I try not to forget, like, if it's not just one person's place, if that makes sense. I don't know. It sounds very silly. But yes. Oh, close. Yes, manage an RV park. See, how cool is that? Well, I think it's cool. And
I like RV.
Yes, I appreciate that you want to spend your little bit of spare time saying hello to us. I'm appreciative of everyone's time.
Jason wants an RV.
It would be really cool to just go. I know I had a friend who did years ago an RV trip all around Australia. Her family took her off school for 6 months and homeschooled her in the RV and they just drove around Australia for 6 months.
Oh, that's cool.
It's strange and all sorts of weirdness. No, I see, like, it's weird, Rogue, because, like, it isn't technically dead bug. It's a red pigment that is essentially derived from the shells of the beetles. So they go through a whole process which turns them into like an eye-safe pigment. And it's all FDA approved. And technically speaking, what my mind is telling me is what's going on isn't what's going on. But, you know, you can't help it if your mind is just instantly associating it to, well, it's just rotting flesh. And even though I know logically it isn't, it's like you can't sometimes beat what your brain's deciding to tell you what something is. So, yeah. And in my opinion, there are so many vegan red pigments that, in my opinion, are superior in performance to the non-vegan alternatives that I've tried with it. So in my opinion, there's no need to use Carmine when there are so many better alternatives that I've personally used that are in vegan forms. But it's all preference, honestly. Yeah, I'm on the side with you, Rogue. Like, I know logically it isn't just a dead bug, but I'm like, it is a dead bug, or more in my mind, it's dead, rotting flesh. And that's just the bad distinction for me. Yeah, I don't know. No, how are you feeling at the moment, Joe, pain-wise? Are you okay?
I'm hurting pretty bad.
Oh, sorry.
It's not your fault.
I know, but
the weather is all over the place.
I'll do a pretty makeup look for you.
Yay.
What do you want me to put on the lid? There's not much when it comes to shimmer. That's a shimmer. That's a shimmer. That's a shimmer. That's also a shimmer. That's a shimmer.
The red's a shimmer?
I know, it doesn't look it. It's one of those satin mattes. So it's not a true shimmer, but not a true matte.
I think I like the one in the corner. The light colored peachy looking. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that with you, Ashley, but I'm always already picky with purchases because I also have allergies. And it sounds weird, but I'm allergic to cocoa, like chocolate cocoa, and cocoa powder is a common product in makeup. So I just have to read products to see if it's in there or not anyways. So then I also will read for it. Ooh, yours has arrived. Does that mean someone else's certain individual have one arrive soon?
Should be.
Yeah, I know it sounds strange, but chocolate. I'm allergic to it. I've had a few mystery boxes. I had a subscription box, not this month, but last month. I had chocolate in it, and I actually had a little reaction. I usually get it on this part of my palm. I always get hives, and my skin will peel and shit like that. It's not nice. Not nice. I know Joe got the blood money. Get the blood money. I think you push in the left one into the right.
The top's just really tight.
I know. My blue blood was like that too.
Yay.
See, and that's why I recommend depotting them, Joe, because the constant closing and opening fucks up the inside. Because my blue blood's inside actually got the right corners, the topmost corners of where it actually folds closest, that got rubbed off. So there's a part of the cardboard that's turned brown, not blue. Yeah, it's depotting time, Joe.
No.
Yes. I know, it's very pretty.
I think I'm going to use it in the morning. I used Raw Beauty Christie and ColourPop today.
Yes, you can be wearing it when we do our makeup unboxing.
Precious, you're being so loud.
Do you mean the chocolate factory that's in Hobart, as in the one that's in Claremont? Or near Claremont? Which, if so, hell yeah. Because Rogue just said that she grew up by the Cadbury Chocolate Factory, and I'm pretty sure you mentioned you were in Tasmania or at one point, or you have family. And I might be wrong about like which chocolate factory you grew up near, because there is a Cadbury's on the mainland, but I live near a Cadbury's chocolate factory too. And so you weren't in the Claremont one. That's sick. I know which one you're talking about. So I kid you not, Joe, Rogue grew up near the Cadbury chocolate factory that I've sent chocolate to. That was where Bryce's chocolate was made.
Oh, cool.
Because that one down the road from us is one of the major Cadbury chocolate factories that actually makes the Cadbury's chocolates, which is really cool.
It's awesome.
Yes. See, like, it's really cool to me, Rogue, that, like, you literally know exactly what I'm talking about in the sense of, like, area. I'm not used to having people like you, Joe. You've had people where you can talk to other Tennesseans where you can be like, oh, I know this area and that area. It's like, it's cool to me that I know someone at least who understands that I'm talking about Claremont. Yeah, that's Joe. Joe. So, he just said Joe. Question mark.
I'm Joe.
Yes, Joe. Hi, Cindy. Wow, you actually saw the silos from your window. I mean, we get a partial view of the smoke that comes out of the stacks. Oh, okay. I think ET's asking you a question. Is that kitties on your blanket? And yes, it sure is. Little kitties. No, we don't see the actual factory itself. We see the smoke that comes from it. We also see some of the Zincs Works smoke. Have you been in Tasmania since Mona has existed? Because Mona is a thing now, and Mona's just down the road from the chocolate factory. So we have like a world-renowned museum and a chocolate factory right next to each other. Tasmania sounds crazy, doesn't it? It's got a world-renowned museum. It's got a chocolate factory. It's got an old prison where a mass murder happened. It's like, everything. And the best part of it all, Joe, I'm here.
Yay. Oh, thanks, BT.
So this shimmer is like more like a topper. It's not got laying down that nicely. And I'm even using a finger. Like you can see, it's very like it's shiny and pretty, but it's not impactful. Like, that's it on my hand there.
Oh yeah, it's not very much.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have been. I want to say you said your name, E.T. Can't remember. I know your name, Rogue, because he got frustrated that I always kept saying Rouge. So now I've literally trained myself, Joe, to remember how to pronounce it properly, because I would always go with Rouge like Moulin Rouge. So now I say it's not Moulin Rouge, it's Moulin Rogue. That's the only way I remember. No. You probably
Threw the
weren't here.
blanket at the chair and scared Kit Kat.
So this is the Makeup Revolution Red Alert palette, the reloaded Red Alert. Nice to meet you, Laurie. I remember Kansas now, so now you mentioning Kansas, because Shelley was talking about Kansas. She was making some joke, and then I remembered Wizard of Oz. So my brain's just not here with it, but I'm remembering partially.
I think you're doing pretty good.
I'm trying. Yes, this is the Red Alert palette. Even though red where? Because that's the closest shade
not
to
a lot of red.
And that's not red. That in person is much more burgundy than red. This is maybe red, but on camera it reads peach. Like, I kid you not, that is more of a red color in person, but it reads peach on camera.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah. No. And I write all the names trying to remember. I think I might just go in with this gold, Joe, to try and give a little bit of skimmer that might actually. Like, oh, okay, that's a bit of a difference. Look at that, Joe. Where was that with the other one?
I don't know.
I don't like it when shimmers do that. Mind you, this even somehow applies like a topper. It's
Maybe
a bit more.
All the toppers that'll come out.
I mean, it is a bit more opaque than the other one, but it definitely is much more topper-like shimmer. So you can see it a bit more of a pronounced colour, but it is very soft. I'll type it in the Makeup Revolution Reloaded. And it should be like a $10, $15 palette. So the mattes themselves, I wasn't mad with. They worked really nicely. I used this purple tone and this grey tone. And then I tried using this shade on the lid. And then I also used this gold on the lid. That's okay, Ashley. I also understand my accent can change it up a little bit too, trying to understand certain words. Oh, shiny. It made me happy. Isn't that? No, that's not the one that you only had 3, and now you need to fill up another one.
This is all Lele.
Whoa, the Lele. I like that split pen. The one where it's like a pink to a pink
white
to
pink
to
pink magenta.
I mean, if you have a bigger Revolution palette that looks similar to this, Ashley, might as well see if you can achieve or find very similar tones to this. I can send you an actual photo using my phone via Instagram that can probably show you the colours a bit better. Let's get the natural. Oh, my brain is not here. That is, you're not natural lighting. I'm a dumb fuck. I just refer to my giant LED thing as natural lighting, Joe. Wow. Ooh. Shiny.
And yeah, that's not natural lighting, James.
Oh, I just sent it to your just straight up account. But either way, that's what the palette looks like. You see the colours a lot better. Even the red still looks a bit more pinkish red, but it definitely is it's pulling a much truer color in that photo I just sent you, Ashley, compared to how it's showing on the camera. I do have my giant light right next to me, so like as in this thing. So it washes out some of the colors sometimes, but it lights me up well. I'd moved it a bit back. Let's see if that helps. No, feckin'. Yeah, that helps a little bit. The colors are pulling a bit better now. But no, there's like 3 or 4 different areas of Revolution or Makeup Revolution. There's Makeup Revolution, there's Revolution, Makeup Obsession, which is this random offshoot. Then there's Revolution Pro, Revolution Skincare, and I believe that's all their subsidiaries. But I kid you not, there's like 4 or 5 different sub-brands all under Makeup Revolution. And I think it is stupid and unnecessary. Laurie? Very much stupid, unnecessary.
It's crazy.
Well, why a brand needs to have 4 brands? I felt that side, Joey. That's me getting angry at Makeup Revolution. Oh, sorry, I forgot all of their brands. There's Makeup Obsession, Revolution Skincare, Revolution Pro, I Heart Revolution, Makeup Revolution, just normal Revolution, and XX Revolution. There's 7 brands. What the fuck? And I'm not making it up. XX Revolution, Revolution, I Heart Revolution, Revolution Skin, or Revolution Pro, Revolution Skincare, Makeup Obsession, and then there's just Makeup Revolution. I was just sending Ashley a message saying that tell her I was just saying that hopefully she can achieve a similar look with the palette that she has, but hopefully with better shimmers than what's in this. And Laurie, no, they are all different products in the sense of like some of them will all make eyeshadows and like makeup, but they're different formulas, different packaging, different marketing styles. It's like they're essentially different demographics. So some are more designed towards kids with lower price ranges. Some are more mid-range. Some are more mid to high-end range, mid to high-end. So it's not expensive, but it's supposed to have more luxe packaging, look more fancy. Then they've got like the skincare lines. So I don't understand why they can't just release it under one thing and then have like, this is our cheaper range, this is the more expensive range, but they just have straight up made Makeup Obsession is like their really cheap brand. Then Revolution is just their normal brand. Then there's I Heart Revolution, and they mostly do the dupe products. So they've got a whole brand for just duping other brands. So it's very strange. It's very strange. Dream Big, Big Love, and Monster Mats. Ooh. What? Ooh, makeup cases. Do you mean makeup cases as in storage bags, Rogue, or are you meaning like actual like eyeshadows and old stuff like that? Even though I know what your real name is, would you just prefer to just have us still refer to you as Rogue? Because I know some people prefer to be referred to as their online alias. but I just remember you have mentioned your name before to us.
But you put me in
Sometimes
the
I
inner
like.
corner.
I'm just putting a white mat on the inner corner. It's a white mat that's inside of the palette. Because I sometimes also like to see how white mats work. See? I know, right, Laurie? And then I feel bad for the YouTubers who do a lot of the like makeup news type stuff. Like there's a YouTube channel that's Australian based. They're called Beauty News. There's two of them. There's Kat and Haley. And they both used to do a lot of the like updates for Makeup Revolution and such, but they literally got sick and tired of so many different launches that they've just been like, we're not talking about them anymore. And they are getting close to having to do that with Colourpop because of how much Colourpop was pushing out at one point.
Yeah.
Plus, I also enjoyed having an actual Australian channel that discussed things I was interested in, because a lot of the time the Australian channels I just tend to vibe with a lot more, because it's like, well, we have similar types of humor, similar types of like likes and dislikes for things, or even if we don't agree on some certain things, we both have that, at least we can agree to disagree type of thought process of how a product works. Like we don't have to like or dislike the same things. It's fun times. And imagine, Laurie, now not only having to try and keep track of all that, but then all of the brands in general that we all love, because Joe and I are makeup fanatics.
Yeah.
It's our drug. Oh, no. So,
I did
then,
not go overboard for Black Friday.
I didn't either, but that wasn't by choice. So, at least you did it by choice.
Ish.
I mean, you did do decent damage though. It's not.
No, I'm totally joking. I did horrible.
Oh, I thought you didn't do too badly.
But I really only got the ones that were massively discounted, so I feel good about that.
And I feel like you were smarter with your purchases compared to other times where we've seen sales and you've been much more impulsive with what items you actually bought. This time around, you were purchasing items that you've already had a thought process about purchasing before this sales went on. And I mean, the only thing that was a bit impulsive, if anything, if I would say, would be the Mitchell palettes. But that would be more so the actual volume that you got rather than just purchasing in general, because you were already contemplating the things. You just decided to go with the good sale. And I mean, you happen to, like you were saying, you got Christmas monies early. So fuck it, why not?
I was like, I might as well get what I want while it's on sale instead of getting a piece here and there, because at 40% off is not, I mean, that's a big chunk of change.
Yeah, especially if you're getting like multiple palettes and no. I don't know if you ever answered. Do you know what is the other shade that you're getting in the bundle? Because I know you're getting SPF and daiquiri.
I'm looking right now because I totally forgot until you just said that.
Because I'm pretty sure it's either, I want to say it is peach sugar, because it doesn't look like it's my pink that I have the sweet cheeks.
They sold out of Head in the Clouds finally.
Wow. I mean, I'm just going to be insanely jealous of you. I do, Laurie. I have both the big ones. Joe just bought them. I'm going to be insanely jealous of you, Joe, because you get the cool sleeves.
So mine's, where's the SPF, mango daiquiri, and cherry cola.
What was that? Sorry, Joe.
Where's the SPF, mango daiquiri, and cherry cola?
Ooh, okay. So you're getting a darker one. At least we can twin with two. I'll show you the palettes, Laurie. So, Laurie, you don't even. This is Head in the Clouds. This yellow is like blows my mind. It acts like it is a loose neon pigment, but it performs like just a normal eyeshadow. Like the performance, like I feel like the colors I haven't used are easy enough to formulate. I've used the harder colors. And because we don't want to, Jeannie, Jeannie was like, for Pete's sake, peeps, why are we not asleep? Because sleep eludes us always, Jeannie.
Because we do what we want.
I mean, just look at that blue, Joe. Oh. You have this on the way too. So this is the more colourful one. That's the Head in the Clouds.
Hey, Jeannie.
And this is Feet on the Ground. Laurie. And I mean, I haven't touched any of these shades yet because I'm waiting to film a video with it. But if the other palette's any indication of what this can do, I'm sure this is going to be fine. Like the first one I showed you, the pastel one, is my personal favorite. This is very beautiful though. For a camo palette, I feel this is almost like a neon camo. He's actually somehow made camo a bit unique.
Yeah.
I don't know if it translates well over camera, but this definitely is a bright palette. You'll understand what I mean when you get it in person, Joe. It's a bright palette. It's not dull. It's very straight.
And then we'll have to collab.
Oh, for sure. 1000%. I also got 3 of his blushes as well to go alongside it. I didn't even show you. These are little plastic sleeve inserts. So this is the one for the Feet on the Ground. So it's just his basic M in a square. The one that's inside of Head in the Clouds. I don't know what that voice was. The makeup demon or makeup gremlin in me comes.
I'm so swollen from those steroids. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, Joe. I wish you didn't have to be. But it's helping.
Yeah, it's helping.
And this is the insert for the Head in the Clouds one.
Can you humor me and flip it? My brain says it should be that way.
I know, right? It fucks with me too. That's the big curly part. I'm holding it the correct way. It's like I can't obviously reverse it. That is going that. It doesn't it to you say that like that should be going the other way?
Yeah, it needs. Yeah.
So I 100% understand where you're coming from, Joe. I agree with you because I'm there too. It confuses me too.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe has his collab palette with Beauty Bay. I sadly don't have that one, but these two are his actual palettes, like Mitchell's actual palettes. This I have used, and but I also love the packaging of this one personally more because while this is pretty cool, I love it. I just love the aesthetic of like the matte with this really hyper like hollow M in the clouds. It is such pretty packaging. I can understand why some people feel like it's cheap, but actually holding it in person, and you understand when you hold it, Joe, it's heavy. It got heft to it. Like these feel like a Jeffree Star palette. They don't feel cheap. They feel nice. Like even the lid, like you know how some palettes when it has a mirror in it, you can almost feel like the palette lid flexes.
Yeah.
This ain't got no flex. This feels sturdy.
This ain't got no flex. You starting to talk like me. I understand braining is hard.
The braining is draining. Ooh. Yes. Aura is going to be in probably like half an hour to an hour calling me. So you've got me at least for another half hour to hour. At the very least, Joe. Oh, well, I mean,
Okey-dokey.
so she also says hi, and that you need to get a gaming console so you can play with us.
Makeup.
I'm not putting those words out there. That's literally her words, I promise. See? She says, and she needs a gaming console to game with us. She said it, not me. I just said all your response was a giggle and saying makeup. She's like, okay. I'm sorry, Laurie.
This is shockingly to me very, very beautiful.
I mean, like, it probably doesn't help your lighting. It's your phone isn't adjusting that well because it actually went darker. Like, the bottom row almost looks black on my end when you did that. Yeah, they're not showing as beautifully as colors are because that dark. I know the dark blue is almost looking like a black blue. It's not looking like it's true. I know. It is a pretty palette. It's not my type of palette for sure, but it definitely is pretty. I feel like, who was saying it? Someone said that it pretty much was like a rainbow palette, but grungy.
Yeah, I don't remember who said it, but I know I heard that too.
Yeah, Laurie, Joe, and I, we enable each other all the time when it comes to
Badly, almost so badly.
So I'm sorry for making you want to buy it because it's definitely not I'm not purposely meaning to. We both get, well, Joe and I specifically, both are the type we get very excited about things we are passionate about, and makeup is a thing we are passionate about.
Yeah.
And when we are showing each other new makeup products, most of our conversations literally consist of sending each other a post on Instagram and then the other telling us to go fuck ourselves because we don't have the money.
Yeah. And we never seem to have the money at the same time.
I know, it's great. We see most girls, they sync up with their period. We sync up with our lack of funds. I love to see it. I'm just making sure you didn't get any of his brushes though, yeah? You only just got makeup.
Yeah, I mean, I had it in my basket, but I was like, I'm pushing it.
Oh, that's funny. I told Aura that I talked you into, well, I didn't really need to talk you much into getting the Mitchell stuff. I just helped you come to the realization that it's a bit too good of a sale to give up on. And then also your mum really sealed the deal. So it was a collaborative, oh, that was horrible English. It was a collaborative effort between your mum and I unknowingly to get you to purchase that stuff. Well, good.
Well, Jenny, I have so many brushes as it is. It is so hard to justify buying more. All my good ones were dirty, though, and that's how I was justifying it. That is a terrible justification.
I'm not hesitant at all when it comes to brushes if there's something really pretty. And the way I feel about Mitchell's eye brushes, I love his art style, and I feel like he's purposely designed and chosen brushes that are in a style that he usually uses in his makeup looks anyways. So I feel much more confident in the way those brushes work compared to if it was, say, just Manny MUA's Luna Beauty launch with the brushes. Because those ones, they look a bit more like basic everyday brushes. While
Manny's look stock.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like there, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like Mitchell's are he's customized those brushes for his use style. And that's why I want to get them. And that's the way that I think about it. And literally, I know you already mentioned we need to do a collab. Aura was just like, tell her as soon as they turn up, as in your Mitchell stuff, we need to all stream and do a look together. And I said that she already said that she wanted to collab using that stuff with me, and I said I'm sure that you would be fine with adding Aura to the live stream, playing with that stuff too. And she's like, yay, squad goals. But she's pretty much like, she's the British version of me, and I'm pretty sure you've kind of, like, if you get along with me, you'd get along with her pretty much. Like, we're the same. The amount of times, like, we usually start our phone calls, like, making weird demonic screeches at each other. It's like, that's how we start our phone calls. Or we're making
Jeannie, I agree. Sorry, what did you say, James, the last part?
I was just saying, or we make vomit noises at each other. She just was like, I've just impulsively decided I need a makeup tattoo. Yeah. I want tattoos. I want makeup. I want makeup tattoos. I want it all.
I want it all. I think I want a compact, like the old school compact.
Would we do that as like a friendships tattoos type thing that is also ambiguous enough that it can still just be its own thing? Or would we want to try and figure out something else for that? Because I'd be fine with that as a friendship tattoo, because
if you're down with that, then we can do it together when I come.
We have to figure out the actual style and get it. It'd probably be something we'd want to get it ready, drawn up before you come over, instead of trying to get it all figured out once you're already here.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to get a design. Just get a fucking compass, but make the compasses lit a bit more fancy makeup looking, and then replace a compass with whatever.
Do it, Rogue.
I still would like to get a lipstick bullet eventually tattooed. And I don't know why, but I just like the thought of a little lipstick bullet.
Remember when you were going to do it yourself?
I know. I've done tattoos at one point on myself. You know that. Rogue, at one point, I wanted to get the Final Fantasy VII logo as a back tattoo. But I've now moved on to, I basically want a snake tattooed around my shoulders / neck like a big scarf. So I'd have the head sitting on my right pec area, my right titty, and it would be wrapped around me, and then the tail would be hanging around the back. And one day, Laurie, Joe and I, we've known each other for literally over a year now, and we talk literally every day to the point that, like, if anything, the longest we go not talking is like literally usually 2 to 3 hours max. Like, I kid you not. Like, that's not an exaggeration.
Yeah, we're catching each other on Marco or IG or on here. I mean, somewhere.
Yeah. So I still want to go to America and do, like, not only visit areas that interest me, but actually what I'd love to do is do a like a little road trip all over the US, meeting up with different people that I've met through social media, doing makeup and like just meet them. Like there's one girl, I've shown you her work before, Joe. Her name's Ruby Munsters and Makeup. Like her account's Munsters and Makeup. Her name's Ruby Rubi Gray. Oh my god, her makeup is insane, but she's also a tattoo artist. Like that used to be her trade before she became mother, and I'm pretty sure she still does do it on the occasion. And we've already talked about it. Like I said, when I come to America, I'm paying you and I want you to do a tattoo on me. Like, because like there's something so cool to me about the thought of like we've mutually supported and engaged with each other for so long. We get along well. We've helped each other with, like, she's helped me with tips and tricks with doing like custom stuff with building props and such for makeup looks. And like I think it would be really cool to get something that is not only just a tattoo of something I really like, but also has such a cool connection and memory behind it. Like, so yeah. So one day.
Yeah, Lori, I was hoping to go next year, but I don't know if COVID's going to allow that to happen, so it might be the next year.
Yeah, which I mean, if it is have to be 2022, then 20 and not 21. It sucks, but I'd rather you being happy and healthy and safely being able to travel here than even if it was technically safe to travel in 2021. Is it though?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's a struggle. I've had some tattoos hurt, but it was just because like my thigh piece, I've got a big owl on my thigh, and the only part that really hurt of that was when I was getting the shading done, and he was like sweeping over the whole fucking thigh to do the shading, and oh my god, it felt like he was rubbing. Like the only way I could describe it was like having a sunburn and then someone was rubbing down the sunburn with a piece of sandpaper. Like that's what it felt like. It was horrible. I didn't tap out though. Didn't fucking tap out. Didn't even use numbing spray for that shit. I only part of the tattoo I got numbing spray for was at the right end. He's like, do you just want the last little bit of line work? I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It's near midnight. I'm over the pain. Let's just have a little painless moment for the end of the tattoo. And it's strange getting tattooed with the pain stuff. I'd almost prefer not getting it done because it's a very weird. Because I couldn't actually feel the pain of it, but I could feel the sensation of the needle going into my skin and pulling the skin back up as it was like coming out, but there was no pain involved with it. So it was a very weird mind fuck of like I could feel it going into my skin, but it didn't hurt the skin. It was strange. That I could understand that. One of my friends, he has, like when he was really young, he had really bad chicken pox, I believe, and it's caused a lot of scarring all over his body, so he can't grow body hair anymore. So and I'm pretty sure he actually has similar like nerve damage in his skins. No. I think also when you're like Joe definitely understands, but when you also deal with like joint pain all the time, when you get tattooed, it almost is like when it gets put into perspective and it's like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, I feel it, but it's like, eh.
Mine felt like barely cat scratches. Yeah. No, ma'am. Stop, precious.
And I mean, there's also the thought process to be said of like, I know you sometimes have said that like you don't necessarily feel as much sensation and to like touch wise in the leg, so that could also be a factor too.
Yeah, it actually shocked me when I felt the tendon a little bit on top of my foot because I usually don't feel very much in that foot. I was just going right along, la 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 la, and I was like, "Ooh, what was that?" And he's like, "That's your tendon." I'm like, "I felt that a little bit."
Yeah, the only tattoo that I genuinely can say hurt, I tattooed my own big toe on my left foot. Oh, fuck. No. I won't show my toe because some people get grossed out by toes, but I can show it with my fingy. So say this is my toe. I tattooed right there, like as in right on the nail bed. I also tattooed right on the other side of the nail bed. So I did 2 dots on both sides of the nail bed. I tattooed on that part there of my toe, and then I also did some like dot work on that part of my toe. Not fun. It hurt, but I did it. I also tattooed my ankle, my outer ankle, which like that hurt like a bitch. Not the actual tattooing itself, but like my hip, because I was having to get in a weird angle. Like I essentially dislocated my leg for 3 hours to tattoo my ankle. So then having to relocate it, I couldn't walk for a day or two afterwards. I've also tattooed like there on my leg. So it's a sheep. It's a cloud with legs, because a sheep's a cloud with legs. So I know it's a stupid tattoo. I've got like a little snake with flowers on my ankle. I also have on the top of my kneecap, I've got Japanese kanji for music, and then I've also got a little skull that I did on myself. And right near my hip on my upper thigh, I tattooed WTF. No. I don't know how many tattoos I have now. I lost count at 20.
I have 2.
I don't have enough. That's what my opinion is. The number that I already have is irrelevant, because the number I don't have on my body is too many. Got so many tattoos planned.
You're okay, precious.
Is she, though? She hasn't been on camera yet.
Come here.
It's like, yes, mother. I've got more than 20 at this point, Laurie. I just lost count at 20. I stopped bothering to count at 20. Oh, wow. Oh, phenomenal. Oh, you're so cute. Hi, precious. Hi, Phaser. We have 3 Australians. If good old Cindy's still here, we've got 3 Australians currently here, and I love to see it. Yeah, I've got my shoulder. I've got like there. I got there. Got stuff in arms. I got some there's. I got a Voldemort's wand from Harry Potter as a tattoo. Got like lyrics from a Gwen Stefani song that eventually will have roses around it. I got a little love hearts on my fingy. I've got a tattoo on my ribs. I've got a Pokeball behind my ear. Got just a few tattoos.
I got this today too.
Oh, go fuck you! It's so pretty. I just love the ice cream on the front. How it's like actually got sprinkles in it and you can shake it. Like, I'd probably be sitting there for 20, 30 minutes just shaking it. Like, ah.
I did when it first got here.
Was it for 20 to 30 minutes though? Or?
No, it wasn't that long.
See, I probably would have been for that long. I don't know where it's gone, but my mirror's misplaced. It's disappeared. I don't know how I misplace things so often on this couch. But I do. It's okay, though. Oh, I didn't misplace it. I just put it away. Oh, well, I don't need it. Why was I even thinking of grabbing it? I don't know. There was a reason why I was grabbing for it, and I cannot remember said reason, so clearly it wasn't that important, Joe. But you know what is important, Joe?
What?
We are 16 hours away from unboxing. Because even if Jason isn't there by 5 p.m. for you, we can start the live stream and just like put the stuff aside for what we want to have him on the live stream for.
Okay. Okay,
Or-
T or Lori. I'm not braining. You have a good night. Stay safe.
Yes, do not be sorry in any capacities. I am appreciative of you even coming along during work times when you were able to. Try and enjoy the rest of your day or night or your shift in general. Up to you. Yes. It is. I just think it's cool that they manage, or that Laurie manages an RV park. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah. Jason wants to get an RV so that we can. Of course, he's thinking about getting one while Corona's going on because they're cheaper right now, but not traveling till
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. And also, it'd be difficult. What would you be bringing all the cats with you, or would you be having to wait to a point in time where, like, I hate to mention it, but like, after, and it'd probably be years down the track, but would you be having to wait
No,
until?
Darren or Mary Helen would take care of them.
Oh, okay. See, that's my struggle. I want to do all the traveling, but then I feel bad pawning off the birds to like someone else for a long period of time. Like I just can't. Which is almost like why I am of the opinion, like once these ones eventually do go, I almost don't want to get any more pets, just so that's like one less thing to have to worry about. Because it's surprisingly stressful having just pets in general as an adult. If you at least care for your pets, that is.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be alone. Or left with someone they're not used to. The back. Like, to me, it'd be like just leaving your actual children with just like a person for a long period of time. Because to me, they're just like kids. I mean, it'd be different if it was like, if it were actual kids who, have the ability to form relationships that are significant enough with people that you'd feel comfortable with, but it's a bird. So it's like,
Yeah. Yes, Faiza, it is.
Mm-hmm. It is. I stress out enough when I'm leaving for 3 or 4 days to go to the mainland just to visit my dad for Christmas when I have pet birds, let alone traveling for weeks, if not months, overseas.
Yeah.
Like, no. I'm a cheapskate enough that if I'm traveling overseas, I'm making it a long period of time. I'm not just going for a couple of days. That's just a waste of money.
Right.
So, like, I couldn't do it, and then I don't know. It's just weird. It'd be a bit different as well if it was like a dog or a cat where there's more facilities for long term, like looking after. But there really isn't stuff like that for birds. So you have to rely on people, and not everyone wants to look after a bird for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the struggle having pets. It is a struggle.
Yeah, Faiza, we have several in town that are like the pet or cat or dog hotels, but luckily I've so far, knock on wood, a friend's always done it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not cheap when you're already having to spend a decent chunk of change to travel, because to travel internationally from Australia isn't a cheap in general, because we're near literally nothing, unless you're going to a place like Bali or whatever, where it can be only a couple $100 flight.
Precious.
Are they fighting? Oh, is she trying to
No,
get
she's
up?
climbing the chair.
She gone
I just
get
said
smacked.
stop. No, ma'am.
Yeah, that is also a factor too. With because we want to upgrade our birds into a bigger cage where both of them can be together, but and have enough space that if they don't want to interact, they can be in separate spots. how you're supposed to move a cage that large to a friend's place for a couple of days while you're going somewhere. So a lot of the time we have to get or have the spare set of keys or get a pair made if we don't have any for some odd reason and give them to a friend, or just give outright our actual set of keys if we have left it to last minute and nowhere's available. And then you have this whole thing of you having to rely on a friend being home to be able to get inside of your own home because they have the keys. And then also last time we'd come, even though I'd informed my landlords that I was having friends coming over to babysit my birds, the landlord gave my friend a hard time, being like, what are you doing here? Why do you have this set of keys? That kind of stuff. Even though I told them I'm giving my keys to a friend for the week because I'm going to Melbourne. I'm not going to be in the States. I know. I don't mind if I can't handle them. I'm of the opinion of, like, if I'm just happy to be able to give the birds as much of a happy life as possible, my bird doesn't want to interact with humans. Zach's bird does. Like, I don't know if you've been in a live when I've talked or shown my bird, Jeannie, but my bird genuinely hasn't even shown interest in Zach's bird. Like, it does not like interaction. Yeah, they're just strange. I've had cockatiels and all that before. My more concern is Zach's bird wants attention. Mine wants to be left alone. I love African greys. I'd love to get one eventually. Do you know what an African grey is, Joe? They're beautiful. They're big.
Yeah.
I believe they're supposed to be known as, like, or renowned to be some of the most intelligent birds that you can get, if not the most intelligent breed of bird. I want to say is the African grey. But, yeah. I've just got 2 cockatiels. I don't know. Like I said, my birds, they're near enough where they can't like touch each other, but they can like interact. They can talk. They can see each other. They can whistle at each other. My bird literally ignores the other bird. Zach's bird is literally like whistling, trying to dance for attention. My bird will just sit there and turn its back. Like, my bird's an asshole. It does not like to interact. It's currently doing weird things with its head on the cage side. No, it wasn't on the bowl. It was on the side of the cage. It was using the bars this time. It's using the side of the cage to scratch itself with. Because God forbid using our finger. Like, it can literally watch us play with Zach's bird for an hour plus, no problems whatsoever. Like, full on, like, it's licking our fingers, it's climbing on us, but my bird still just be like, nah. That's fantastic. Don't know if you read that, Joe, but Jean said she got down. I'm like, that is amazing. I love birds. I love birds. That's why birds are the superior animal. Jeannie, if you can, please send me photos of your African greys. I'd love to see photos of your beautiful babies. It didn't even eat it. It just dropped it straight into the cage. Oh, into the food bowl.
Yeah, it's like you only do it to get attention.
Yeah. Well, I used to have an Indian ringneck Jeannie, and she was beautiful. She was so sweet and loving. She just wanted to be interacted with all the time. We would usually wake up in the morning around 8 or 8:30 a.m. and right outside of our bedroom is lino flooring, and you'd hear its little pitter-patter claws on the lino flooring. It was so cute. Aw. Yeah, see, that's the one thing I have a difficulty. Like, I'd love to get a bird like that, but then equally, you know, the fact that they can live 100 plus years. Is it sad enough when a pet dies as a human? But it's like I almost hate the thought of the pets losing its owner, like after such a long amount of time.
Cockatoos.
Yeah, I don't know. Even though it hurts losing a pet, I almost like it hurts to think of like the pets losing an owner and not necessarily understanding, because we can't obviously tell how much they can understand the concept of death, but like the thought of them not realizing truly like why their owner is never coming back, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. It hurts. Just the thought of that hurts. Beautiful lovebirds. I don't know, Jeannie. Birds are beautiful. All the birds are beautiful. I'd love to have so many birds, but like I said, I feel bad whenever I do travel. I travel often enough that I feel uncomfortable getting like birds that live for a long period of time if I'm still going to be traveling. Like I'd want to travel overseas a bit. So
Yeah.
oh, don't, Jeannie, you're gonna make me cry. Jeannie was like, it is so sad because she was saying her father's bird's still alive, but her father passed away 4 years ago, and the bird still calls out for the father 4 years on. And I'm like, don't even. So like, yeah, I don't know. I just am too. I'd almost like, yes, it'd be nice to have a pet like that and to give them a gorgeous life for so many years, but then equally, like, the thought of doing that and then suddenly, like, I'd be gone if I went before the bird and the bird just not being able to understand that I'm gone, like, nah. I could literally cry if I thought about it too much. No, I don't know.
She's very needy tonight.
Precious is like, oh, hello.
She just wants a mama.
Maybe she knows that you're in pain and she's like, I'm going to.
She's like, I'm going to fix you with hugs.
Give me a moment. So I am going to go now because I got the phone calls. But I love you, Joe. I'll keep on talking to you. I can send you Instagram messages and shit like that. Okay. But I love you.
Love you. Bye, cat.
I can't wait, Joe. You're going to be so hyped. We're going to be online in like 16, 15 hours unboxing boxes.
I know. Love you, guys. Bye.
Love you all. Bye, everyone.